Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing yet another randomly generated roller coaster using the generator that I created the other day. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so here we are in my random roller coaster prompt generator. We all know how this goes. We're gonna get a prompt to create a roller coaster. It might be possible to make or it might not. We'll see. Right now I just wanna see what we get and then just do the coaster that we are challenged to do. So I think I'm gonna press 5 times, and then the 5th time that it goes, I'll try to make it if it's possible. So let's just go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we're building a B&M flying coaster aimed to be considered an intense coaster with a max height of around 90 meters or a top speed of around 66 kilometers per hour. Now, since it needs to be kind of intense, I think I'm gonna make it 19 meters as a top height because, well, I can go underground. Then we need to add either a stangle dive, a twisted horseshoe roll, or a bat wing. Those are 2 of them need to be added, as it says. I guess a stangle dive would be interesting to create over here. So yeah, we're gonna do a stangle and of course the bat wing. All right, this is great. We have no limitations on the length of the coaster, so that's fine. Additionally, the following are 3 extra challenges, of which you must accomplish at least 2. Okay, so we need to design a coaster that includes a giant corkscrew that wraps around the lake. We need to create a coaster with a steep drop that immediately leads to a vertical loop, or build a coaster with 2 hills, lift hills. I think that we're gonna create a coaster that includes a giant corkscrew and then wraps around the lake, and then the one that goes with 2 lift hills maybe, because the steep drop is not gonna be possible if we have 19 meters. Or we could have like a bigger drop that goes underground. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So we're gonna do these 2. Okay, and finally, as for the theme, you must include at least 2 of the following as part of your theme: Underground Mine, Gravity, Defiant Sky Village, Fairy Realm, Crystal Cave Maze, and Haunted Train Station. If I was to try the theming, I don't know if I'm going to, but like if I was to try the theming, I think having the Crystal Cave Maze with the Underground Mine would be really good. All right, let's jump into the game and see what we can pull off. And here we are on the park that we are going to be working on. Let me place the fixed sun real quick so that we have enough light to work with. And we're gonna go straight up to the coaster. So we need to create a flying coaster. Let me search it up real quick. Is there no flying coaster on this game? I thought there was. Hold on, do we not have any flying coaster? Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah, I didn't see it properly. Okay, so the coaster is gonna be placed over here, just like that. I want to make it a little bit smaller, maybe even, because we have, well, we don't have that much height to work with, so it would be great if we could at least make this as low as possible so that we don't have to be stingy with the speed. And then it had to be a max height of around 19 meters, so something like that. And now we need to have a steep drop along with a loop, vertical loop. So I guess, is that steep enough? I don't know, let's make it a little bit steeper, just like that. And then, okay, we gotta be very careful with the forces over here, I feel like, because I don't know if it's going to be too intense or not. So let's see the vertical G's over here. Oh, I think that's fine. Okay, so let me smooth it out, and then we're gonna have to do the terrain at the exact same time, I feel like, because if not, we're not gonna know where our coaster's going. Or maybe what I could do is bring this up so that I know where everything is. So let's make that, for example, the minimum height, and then I'll bring it back down so that that is like exactly 19 meters. But right now I just want to work on this loop with a little bit of a more comfortable setting. Does that look realistic enough? Yeah, I feel like that is. And with this, that's not bad, right? Let me edit a little bit of the shaping. Ooh, okay, so I want this to be a little bit more just like that, and then Can this be a little bit more teardrop shaped? Possibly. So something like that maybe. Okay, let's see the forces now. I don't know if this would be possible to make in a flying coaster, but I think I'm gonna leave it like that. And now we're just gonna move this loop. Okay, and then we're gonna have to smooth this out a little, probably. And right after that, maybe we can go a little bit like a turn or something. I don't know, I'm thinking that this could be like a small flying coaster. So maybe we could have something like that, and then would that make sense? Yeah, I think I've never done a flying coaster, I'm not gonna lie. It's my first flying coaster and the only flying coaster that I've been on. It's Manta at SeaWorld Orlando. So I have basically close to zero knowledge about flying coasters. What I do know is that I want to include a pretzel loop, so I think we're gonna go for that now. So maybe the pretzel loop could be right here. God, I don't know how to do pretzel loops. I have literally zero idea. Can I do, like, I don't know. Does this look pretzel loopy? I mean, do we have any pretzel loops over here that I can base myself on? I don't see any. Okay, so it's kind of like more pronounced. So this should be a little bit more like that maybe. Yeah, that looks more like it. And so now what I can do is do the exact same thing that I did over here. So something like that, and then hold on. Okay, I'm gonna make this move. I'm gonna move this. Oh, but I haven't. I wanted to basically put the pretzel loop in the right position, but it's just I just need to first make the whole turn. Okay, that looks like a pretzel to me. So now I hit this a couple times and we check how this looks. I mean, smoothing aside, it looks kind of intense, which is exactly what I'm looking for, so it's a yes for me. Okay, I'm gonna check forces of all of this right now for a second. Okay, I'm back. Forces have been checked, kinda. Now I want to get this as the way it should be, right over there, and then we're gonna move this. Okay, what do we do next? So we're missing the corkscrew above the lake, and then the stangle and the bat wing. We did do the steep drop with the loop. I would consider this to be steep for a flying coaster. And then we did the pretzel loop, which is something that I wanted to do. Now, I feel like now's the time to do the stangle dive, maybe. Or, hold on, because what's a bat wing? Okay, so this is a bat wing. I feel like I could do a bat wing now, right? So let's try to get the bat wing shaping right. Okay, then we're gonna do the bat wing side. So something like this. I need to bring it higher because I can't see a single thing over here. Okay, this one might be a little bit more crooked, but we're gonna let it fly. Oh wait, but it's because this is hard, I'm not gonna lie. Like, making inversions is probably the hardest part of Planet Coaster. That's probably also maybe the reason why I tend to not do a lot of inversion based coasters, because they're hard, and this is now a little bit too drawn out, I feel like. But we'll see how it looks. Now I'm gonna try to do the final corkscrew over here, so it should go something like so. Something like that. Yeah, that's a big bat wing, honestly. Will it make it through the track? Because I'm not too sure, to be honest. Like, it does make it through the pretzel loop, I'm sure of that, but then the bat wing, I'm just focusing on if it makes it or not. Okay, it does. Okay, that's fine. So after this, I'm gonna smooth out this whole element, and then this. Alright. So, we've got a problem. I need to create the stangle, and then also the corkscrew, for which I have absolutely no speed left to work with. So let's see how much speed do I have after the stangle. We're gonna create a stangle dive over here. So something like this could be a stangle. Honestly, I think the problem is a bat wing. I think I'm gonna cheat, like I always do, honestly, but like I think I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna leave this on, instead of a Batwing, I'm gonna consider this to be the Batwing, even though it's a pretzel loop, clearly a pretzel loop, but I just wanna include that pretzel loop. I think it looks so nice, so I'm gonna have to do that. And then we're gonna create the stengle over here. So my idea is to make this kind of like a stengle over here and then fake out that's gonna go back into being like face up, but in the lay down position, but it's actually gonna go into a really sharp turn in the face down position. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create the corkscrew over here probably and call it a day. So for it to be a giant corkscrew, it should be something like that, right? Okay, does this count as a corkscrew? I don't know if it does, but I'm gonna leave it like that because I literally have no more options. I need to have it like that. And then we're gonna have here the block section and the brakes, and then with a little bit of a turn over here, we should be done with the layout at least. Okay, I'm gonna try to smooth this curve out, and that should be it. Now I'm gonna bring this lower because of course the coaster can't be higher than 19 meters, which is not. Okay, cute. And then I'm gonna go to the terrain painting and let me make this look visible. Okay, so this is the coaster on its actual height. Now I need to work on the smoothing a little, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. And after smoothing and doing a little tweaking, this is the final result. Now the theming is actually doable. I think I could pull it off, but I don't know. I don't know if I would be able to do it and then not get burned out with the theming aspect of it, because I already did this coaster because I wanted to just kind of zone out from theming and adding theming to every single thing that I do. So I guess some light theming should be okay. What I do remember is that we needed to create a corkscrew that goes over a lake. So that's exactly what I want to do now. And there we have our lake. And after some light, very light theming and terrain painting and stuff, here's the rough sketch of the concept for this coaster. This is Amethyst, and I think it turned out pretty great actually. It's a roller coaster I definitely would like to ride. It got plenty of elements, a pretzel, iconic pretzel loop that usually these kind of coasters have, and then we've got quite a few other elements that are not so typical, like a corkscrew kind of. This, you could say this is a corkscrew, but I don't think it is, but it's kind of like a really drawn out small corkscrew over a lake, as the challenge said. We've got a stengle dive over here, which you'll see how it performs now. There it is. And then a pretzel loop, a steep drop that goes into a loop, and yeah, we missed the Batwing, but let's just pretend that it's not there and that it was not in the challenge. And of course the theming, if you wanted to theme it, you were more than free to do so if you're theming the coaster that the generator prompts you to do, but it was just more of a layout creation kind of challenge rather than a theming challenge. So yeah, so I guess that's it. We're just gonna go do a quick POV, the final thing to do over here, and then we'll finish this whole video, which was quite a fast one, quite a improvised one as well, but I felt like it, and I felt like sharing a little bit more of the generator that I created. So yeah, anyways, this has been the video for today. If you guys liked it, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and also subscribe if you aren't already. Remember, it's free and you can always change your mind later, and I will see you in the next video. I'll leave you guys with your POV. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
famoso Hotel del Melione.
I da pa ba
Tamo
Ja.
Korzysta.